Another episode of Dear Young Wife with myself, Chef Daniel Lurin, and the beautiful singer, actress, wife, Mrs. Tomi Odusi Fadina.
Hi!
Tomi, I mean, your voice. I had goosebumps over my.
I wasn't even singing. I was helping you out.
It was like music, beautiful music to my ears, and you know, I am so happy that you found a man that you can call your husband, and it is my wish for every single woman out there aspiring to get married to find a man she can call her husband. For every guy watching this as well, including myself, to find a woman that we can call our wives, our dear young wives, and you know, this is going to happen. And I just need to know one more time, this week has been an amazing week for you, and it's been amazing for everyone around you, including myself. How is marriage? Is it that when you get married that things get better? Because that's been your testimony so far, and that's been, you know, let's leave Chef Daniel for 1 second. Let's talk about, you know, I mean, is there more marriage? I'm saying to God, is there more marriage is there more blessing in marriage, or do you just?
I actually think there's more blessing in marriage.
The two people coming together.
Yes, it said, "He who finds a wife has found a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Whatever God says is it. Like it is it. So you definitely do well in more favor. And grace, and it's what God likes. It's an institution that God has set from above. And there's a blessing that comes with it. I believe that so much, because there's so many things, like, you know, you might have like a misunderstanding. You realize that, man, this is just miscommunication, like simple miscommunication.
The smallest
you know,
thing.
and then the whole situation now becomes something else. You know, a lot of issues that married people have in their marriages is sex, money, and
communication, really.
Yes. So if you can fix that, you know, with God helping you to handle all these aspects, I think
with the right wisdom, knowledge, understanding.
It's not like you know everything.
Oh, no, nobody knows everything.
Exactly. You keep learning every day. You have relatives, you know, our culture, you know.
Of course.
You're married to the family and all of that stuff. And you know, you need wisdom to be able to manage human beings. Like human management is key when it comes to, which
you face at work as well. Office politics, things like that. It's everywhere.
Exactly.
So if you can do it for your business,
why can't you do it at home?
For your marriage.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, fix your marriage, huh?
It can work, and I honestly think it can work. And some marriages can't work. For me, I don't believe that a man should hit a woman, and if he constantly hits you,
I agree.
You know,
gentlemen, I agree with the women on this one.
Take a walk, and if it's a woman that abuses you,
run
verbally.
Okay.
People don't really take this into consideration, that it's not only when you abuse the person physically,
it can be verbally,
psychologically,
mentally,
it can be mentally, it can be verbally. So if she doesn't know the damage that she's doing, or he doesn't know, tell them, or seek counseling. It's very important to nip it
at the bud,
because you know, it can become something that you can't reverse.
I mean, my life has just become more blessed now, because you know, I have married friends now, and you know, I get advice from them. They advise me, I advise them, and you know, it's always good to talk about that. And obviously, wherever I am with my friends, whoever my friend is, they need to learn how to cook. They need to know about food. They need to know about food.
And there's so much more when it comes to, you know, the dear young wife's life. You know, like I said, human management when it comes to your relative, your husband's family, and even your family. Like they'll be like, okay, now you're married, now you don't even keep in touch with us, you don't call us, you don't, you know, care like you used to. So you have to, and then you feel like you're sharing yourself. That when you now get married and you have a kid, it almost immediately, it's like
changes
everything. A lot
again.
of people want a piece of your attention, and you have to give them a considerable amount or measure of your attention. You know, that will not kill you. Definitely, you can't please the world.
Exactly.
But these people are your family.
This is the life.
Yeah, so it's a lot to learn, and I'm really, really learning. So we're going to touch
based on things like that,
food,
of course,
all of these things.
On the lifestyle about everything.
Yes, the Dear Young Wife lifestyle.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about sort of equipment to have in your kitchen, because we've highlighted about hygiene, we've spoken about what's in the fridge, what's in the freezer, what's in the pantry, your dry storeroom. Let's talk about some things that should be in your kitchen. What happened? Hello, everybody. Tommy is happy, guys. Tommy was happy before she got married, and now she's happier. It's like when you give a child sugar and the child just runs. She's like this since morning. Okay. Even when she goes to sleep, I'm sure she's laughing. And the husband will be like, "Why are you laughing?" "I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm just happy." Okay, so what should be in the kitchen? Tell me what you have in your kitchen right now in terms of equipment. So things like microwaves and.
Like I told you, my gifts are still coming, so I'm waiting for them.
Public service announcement, please. If you promised
and
uncles to Joseph Badino and Sean Badino, please. I am waiting for
all my gifts
to arrive.
My freezer, fridge, microwave, and all the other appliances that you promised me you're going to give me as my gift, my wedding gift. I'm waiting.
We need them. Please deliver. Pay what you owe.
Pay me what you owe.
Okay, so Tommy's gifts are arriving. So let me just tell you what's in my kitchen and what you should have in your kitchen. So basic equipment I have in my kitchen now. I have a six burner cooker. Now that's because I'm a chef, and that's because I love cooking. This is my life. Now you need a cooker of some sort. Whether it's the stove that uses the kerosene, it cooks. It's a cooking appliance. Whether it's the electric 2-burner tabletop, a four burner cooker, a electric cooker, whatever it is, you need one of those, because that's going to enable you to actually cook your food. Is a microwave important in the kitchen? Actually, no, it's not that important in the kitchen. I mean, for example, my mother and my grandmother, they do not use the microwave at all.
I heard that it contributes to
cancer, things like that. So it's not very important. You can always reheat your food using your cooking appliance, such as the cooker. It's a long.
Sometimes it's long,
but it's more healthy and it's more nutritious, it's more wholesome, and it's safer as well, guys. Okay, things like kettles and toasters and what else would you have in the kitchen? Chopping boards, obviously knives. Make sure you have a good selection of knives, some for bread knives, some for carving, some for filleting, palette knives, different types of knives. But you don't have to have all those in your kitchen, as long as you have 1 or 2 or 3 types of knives that you can use for different things. One for cutting meat, one for cutting vegetable, one for cutting bread. Chopping boards as well. See, color-coded chopping boards are very important, which we're going to highlight when we go into the practicality of Tommy cooking for you guys. Okay, the different types of chopping boards. You have chopping boards for raw meat. You have chopping boards for cooked meat. You have chopping boards for fish.
I didn't know that too.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
You have chopping boards for vegetables, for fruits, for what else do we have? And bakery and dairy products. So we actually have 6 color-coded chopping boards. And the reason we have this is because of food and hygiene standards, to make sure that we're not using the one chopping board we use for bread to now cut meat, the one we use for fish to now cut our children's, or our husbands, or our wives' sandwich, things like that. So chefs, we've worked very hard, we train very hard, we study very hard. We actually study. This is our lifestyle. It's not just, I know how to cook eba and egusi and I'm a chef. No, I've actually gone to university to study this alongside my other degree, and these are things that we've developed. They're called hazard analysis and critical control points. The things that we have analyzed, like these are things that are causing food poisoning or causing contamination. How do we eliminate them in the kitchen? So it's about now bringing it into our everyday lives and making it easy for dear young wives, for people, for husbands, for bachelors, for mothers to reorient themselves, to retrain themselves, to develop themselves, and to have a safer and a more hygienic kitchen. So things like that are very, very important. What else should you have in your kitchen? kitchen, pots, different types of pots, maybe some non-stick pots, some pots for boiling water. You can have a specific pot. I know my sisters, for example, they like boiling water on the cooker, and there's a designated pot that they use for water only, especially for the children.
The blender as well.
The blender as
for
well.
Your smoothies and
you know, if I mean, I know your husband loves smoothies, so having 2 blenders for someone like Tommy is not a luxury; it's a necessity. For example, our husband drinks smoothies before he goes to the gym every morning or before he trains. There's a blender she uses to blend all the fruits, and there's another blender that she uses for the pepper, so for your onions and things like that. But some of you might not be able to afford 2 blenders. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me give you a very, very simple tip.
Please tell me
what you need to do for the one blender. If you the last time you used it, you made pepper.
Yeah.
You want to now make some fruits. Just put some water in it. Room temperature, not hot water, not too cold water, and just a few drops of washing up liquid. Pulse it and it foams up. So just pulse it a couple of times. So what that would do, it would actually cleanse the blender. So I actually do that when I want to wash my blender. I would rinse it in the sink, and then I would actually pulse it so it gets all the areas, all the nooks and crannies, it cleans it properly for you. So you can actually do that if you can't afford 2 blenders, or if you don't have enough space, or if you just want 1 blender. There's nothing wrong with that. So those are the basic equipment. You don't have to have a toaster, because, for example, I prefer to grill my bread on the grill pan. So I have a frying pan that I use for normal frying. I have the non-stick frying pan that I would use for my spring rolls, for the sheet of the spring rolls.
So for those who don't know what the pans,
we're going to show you exactly. We'll show you on the practical. We have a grill pan as well that I would use to grill the chicken or the steak, or I can also use that for my toasting of bread if I want to make a club sandwich. So the pots, the pans, the frying pans, the grill pans, the knives, the chopping boards, the toaster, the kettle, the microwave if you really need to have one in your kitchen. So those are the basic things you need to have in the kitchen.
Do you need to have like a skill in your kitchen?
Yes, skill. Obviously, I have a skill in the kitchen, but if, for example, I know you want to make some cakes and things like that, obviously you need to measure your ingredients. Just have a small scale that you can use in the kitchen for measuring. So if you have any technical cooking you want to do, have a small scale that you can use to measure your ingredients, which will show you as well. Probably make some cakes and cupcakes.
I saw this thing, in your kitchen. I remember Save Us from one movie like that she just digs the stuff in and then check if
that's my temperature probe.
How does that work?
So when you go into like the science side of cooking, of being a chef, there are different temperatures that you should have when you want to serve meals to your guests or to your customers or to your clients in a restaurant. So it's called a temperature probe that goes into the center, not the bone, into the center of the meat or of whatever
cooked or uncooked?
Cooked.
Okay.
Because you're checking it for cooked. So when it's at the temperature required, when it's cooked,
to be sure that it's cooked,
that the food is safe to eat, to avoid food poisoning.
But wait, you made a steak some time ago. You said you don't want to grill it to
overcook it.
Overcook it.
Okay, so when it comes to steak, I know I've told you this before. We have different temperatures of steak. So we have the blue steak, which is basically almost raw, and in places like the UK, in America, Europe, they like blue steak. So it literally goes on the pan for maybe like 5 seconds on each side, and they're ready to eat it. Then you have your medium rare. Then you have your rare steak, which is almost like a blue. You have your medium rare, then you have your medium, then you have your medium well, and then you have your well done. So most of the Nigerians I know love to have their steak well done. That means there's no blood whatsoever. But to actually really do enjoy your meat, I actually eat my meat medium to medium well. It means that the steak has been cooked properly. There's no blood inside it. It's at the right temperature, but it's very juicy.
How come they eat that and they don't have food poisoning?
Because it's okay, so the thing with food poisoning is a lot of food poisoning. Food poisoning can happen in any way, shape, or form. But food poisoning, especially the most common one, which is the salmonella poisoning, happens a lot with high-risk food. And high-risk food are foods that are high in protein value. So protein value, those are things like chicken, eggs, milk. So with chicken, we don't really have a temperature. Say, oh, you're gonna have your chicken medium rare. No, it's mainly for red meat. So for the white meats, those are the ones that carry more of the salmonella poison bacteria that are more prone to causing food poisoning. So with meat, it's normally. I mean, yeah, bacteria can still happen in it,